Hello, friends. Welcome back to Challenge Reality News. We're talking about episode 13 of the Challenge Double Agents, and my good friend Sana is here to talk everything the challenge with me. How's it going, Sana?
Hey, it's going pretty good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. So I gotta know, what did you think about this episode?
Oh my goodness. This episode, I liked it. It was definitely the underdog episode, I feel
The
like.
underdog. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I did really like Nani's part. I
Yeah.
loved that Nani was victorious, and we'll talk all about that. But let's start from the very beginning, and let's talk about this daily challenge where, in my opinion, I thought it was kind of easy. I thought it was a pretty easy challenge. Except for the part with where they had to eat the what
I
was
was
it,
just
the
about
cow
yeah.
testicles or something? But what did you think?
I was just about to say eating balls is easy. No. Animal balls at that? No. Eating animal balls is not easy. I wouldn't even want to do that. I would have to root. Like I would be rooting for Leroy or Corey. Like I would be one of those. Like let's just root. Especially if I have my ghost goal, let's just root for one of them to win.
See,
Um,
I'm see,
yeah, if I was
I'm the exact opposite. I'm the exact opposite because see, I love to eat. And the thing is, even though I probably would think that's like so disgusting, for me, I would just get it over with because in my head, you're eating something really disgusting. Why take your time and peel it off and eat it? Just shove it all in your mouth,
but it's like
chew
it
it,
can't.
and swallow
The
it,
smell, like it's the
and get it over
smell.
with. You-
The smell mixed with like the the just looking at it, like thinking about some like an animal's balls, and then all of these different smells, cheese juice, like oh my god,
I
no,
was gonna
that's
ask you that. What? So that was cheese juice? It was just like melted cheese or something? Like that's what I was confused about because they were
I don't
acting like,
I don't think it was melted cheese. I think it was like cheese is like a main component in that juice. But they said it didn't taste bad.
yeah, I was very interesting. So yeah, there were a lot of aspects to this challenge. I did feel bad for Big T though, because I did think this was a challenge that she could have won. If she was with Nam, who unfortunately had to disqualify himself. Um, but another thing that I did notice was, like you said, a lot of people just gave up and they were just cheering for the other team.
I
Do you
did
think?
want, yeah, especially once it got to a certain point, like they're already at the locks. It's no
Yeah.
way that's gonna happen. And then once Cam started yelling out the answers to Leroy, just let it go.
So I wanted to ask you about that because I know you're a fan of Cam. I'm a fan of Leroy. But did you think it was fair for Cam to be able to do that, to be able to shout out the answers to Leroy?
Yeah, why not? I mean, they do that crazy stuff all the time. Like other players
Yeah.
get to do it. Other
Hmm.
players do it all the time, helping out other people and throwing challenges. Like people have done that before, so why not? And this is her man. She knows how much he wants it. He said he's retiring soon, and this will really make him feel good as a man. So for me, it was just like, why not? Because I would have did the same thing if I was Cam and my man
Yeah.
was in that position. My man was
Yeah.
Leroy. I would be screaming those answers out too. Like, baby, it's 26, 26.90. Type it in, baby. Like, that would have been me too. So I don't blame her.
I love it. I love it. And so, speaking of throwing challenges, we got Mr. Fessy here. He does not want to be Anissa's partner whatsoever. So he's actually throwing the challenge because he doesn't want to win. So someone can pick him. I don't know how I feel about that because on one hand, I get it. You know, he doesn't feel like Anissa is a good partner, and the name of the game is to, switch up with partners. That's what this whole game is about. But on the other hand, I don't think Anissa is as bad as Fessy is portraying her to be.
He's
Is
not
she
giving
like
her
the
a chance.
is she the toughest female competitor on this season? No, but I don't think she's the weakest either. And I think one, he has an advantage because she's a vet. She's been to a final before, and she's done these shows so many times. Like, so I wanted to know, what were your thoughts on Fessy um wanting to throw the challenge and not trying just so hard to like not be partners with Anissa?
Yeah, and he's been on that like no partner in Nisa thing for a while. But I feel like you can't in the challenge also, everything isn't about physical. And he could be like, well, on all the challenges, she never proved herself. Not true. Like if you really pour into your partner, like CT and Big T are prime examples of that. If you real Big T, they used to consider her the weakest one. But once you
Hmm.
start pouring good energy into your partner, telling them like, hey, let's go run together, like uplifting them in that way, then I'm pretty sure she'd even perform differently. Everything would be better if you encourage her. But if you already make her feel like, because she said that when she was talking to Nani, like she already felt like she couldn't do it, when
Hmm.
people don't want to be her partner and stuff. And she makes a joke out of it sometimes. But like inside that hurts. No matter how many jokes you want to do, like it hurts when nobody wants to be your partner or your pick last.
Exactly. And the thing is, what I will say about Anissa is Anissa does seem like she is giving it her all. I think this is the best season, or this is a season where I've seen her perform the best, and so you can tell she really wants it. I want her to make it to the final so bad. I want her to make it and just prove everyone wrong. But in the end, it was who won? It was Leroy and Casey who won. I was
Yes.
stoked because Leroy, I want this guy to win. I want him to take home the money. I want him to win this $1 million because this is his last season. And so he needs to get this. Were you stoked about Leroy and Casey?
Yes, I really, really want Leroy to win. You know me, I'm rooting for everybody black. So I
Yes, I
am
remember that.
and so when it comes to Leroy winning, he really, really wants this, and I can see it in his heart. He plays a good game. He listens to his girl, okay,
Hmm.
and
Good guy.
He's just playing the game, and I love what he's doing.
Yeah. And so we get back into the house, and speaking of playing the game, Anissa's worried that she knows that Nani is probably going to go in because the only girls that do not have a gold skull are Nani,
Big
Gabby,
T.
and Big T. Big T can't go in, unfortunately, because she's the rogue agent. So that leaves Nani and Gabby, which was perfect for Nani because Nani wanted a rookie. But Anissa knows that people want her partner, Fessy. And so my question is, should Anissa, because Anissa said like she would understand, but at the same time she would be a little upset. Should Anissa have the right to be upset at that moment in time for people wanting to take her partner, knowing that she's so close to making it to the final?
See, I couldn't wait for us to talk about this.
Let's do
I
it.
think, okay, my honest opinion, I understand where Anissa is coming from because you want to make sure, like, during the final, you do that. But at the same time, you're relying on Fessy at that point. You're not really putting in the 100% that it takes if you're just relying on him. Because we know what the challenge is like. There's been challenge finals where they said, okay, now there's no more partners. Everyone for
Hmm.
themselves. So
Right.
then what are you gonna do? Fessy can't help you at that point. Or
Hmm.
I was thinking, what if they do something like, switch teams? And they're like, everybody's random now, and we're randomly placing you. Like you pick it out of a hat, and that's your partner. So
Hmm.
you have to understand that this game has so many tricks and twists and turns. You can't just rely on somebody. You have to bring your 100% self.
Yeah, I
That's the thing, yeah.
1000% agree with that, and then to add on to that, like I said before, this is the name of the game. The name of the game is to switch partners. You don't have to have the same partner throughout the whole season. And on top of that, Fessy doesn't want Anissa. So, and there are other strong guys that would probably treat you a lot better than Fessy. You have Corey, who Anissa and Corey are good friends, but I actually can understand why Anissa doesn't want Corey. I get it because
Nobody does. He can never
Corey
keep
is
a
cursed.
partner.
He is cursed, like literally every single partner. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so I think it's the game. You know, you can't be mad at the game, and I know we'll talk about this later also. But Nani made a smart choice with going with one of the strongest guys after she won that elimination. But let's go back a little bit and let's talk about this showmanship between Fessy and Gabby. This is like the only hookup we got this season. What
Seems
do you
like you
think?
wanted more. You wanted more. You were rooting for more hookups.
You could, because you know it's crazy. Like past seasons of the challenge, we got like hookup after hookup after hookup, you know, and now it's more like it's not really any hookups. So we only hit like Gabby and Fessy, which you know it's cool. It was cool. I liked them as a little, you know, fling here and there. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say a relationship, but what did you think of them?
Yeah, I thought it's kind of cute, you know. He's really going after her too. He's like, she's cute, you know, and
Yeah,
wanting to, you know, do little flirty notations towards her. So I'm all here for it.
I think the rookie who stood out the most this season, because every season you have a rookie that stands out the most, and I think this season was Gabby for sure. Gabby, and I think right behind Gabby would be Amber B.
Yeah.
Those are like the two rookies that like I really like this season. I'm pretty sure we would see them again. But and then Corey brought up something interesting when he was talking to Fessy about Gabby. He brought up Tori and how Fessy is into Tori, and then Corey brought up how like everything is on the rocks with Tori and Jordan. And it turns out because it was all true because Tori and Jordan broke up. But what did you think about just that whole conversation
Yeah.
between
That was interesting. I'm like, ooh, is there trouble in there? Like, what is it like being engaged to him and married to him and just being boyfriend, girlfriend? Like, it makes me want to know more about their relationship on a deeper level.
yeah.
So yeah, I was just intrigued, but then I'm like, So who would you root for? Would you root for if Tori wasn't with Jordan? Would it be Tori and Fessy, or do you think Gabby and Fessy makes a better couple?
I think Gabby and Fessy make a better couple. I loved Tori and Jordan together. And the reason why I love Tori and Jordan together because like they were very real to me. They were like I remember watching a reunion and Tori would just call Jordan out, you know? And that's what like a true relationship is. You're not afraid to like tell someone when they're wrong, you know? And so that's what I respected about them. That's why I was so shocked that they ended things.
Yeah. I mean, it's we never know, and this goes back to what I always say: you never know what goes on in people's relationships.
Exactly. So we get to deliberation. This is probably like one of the easiest deliberations of this season. Nani has a lot of friends in that house, so people want to see her get her skull, and Nani wants to go against Gabby. That's like really the only person, you know. So they go against each other. Before the elimination, who did you think was gonna win?
You know, I thought at first, well, before they even played,
Hmm.
I'm gonna say I want to say I thought Gabby was gonna win it first, and then I looked when they did it was first Gabby, and then
Hmm.
I jumped ship because then I saw I think they went to Nani and like her face and everything, and like she was looking pumped when she ran down there.
Yeah.
So and then the preview of them jumping, I saw that. And then the commercial hit, and I was like, okay, I think Nani is gonna take this one because she doesn't seem like she wants to play anymore. Like she wants to get this go. She's tired of going home.
Yeah, so like just because of history, I thought Gabby was gonna win because Nani, she will always make it to the end right before the final, and then she'll get eliminated. And so I thought in Gabby, she's a strong competitor. You know, she's not some weak rookie. So I thought Gabby was gonna win, even though I was rooting for Nani. I was so stoked that Nani won though. I was super, super excited. And just to see her like raw emotion, like she has not won an elimination in years. It's been years since she's won eliminations. And I wanted to know what were your thoughts on her victory.
Yeah, for me, it just proved like, you got to keep going, keep going. Imagine if Nani would have given up last season. This is a perfect example of keep trying until you hit it. Because
Mm-hmm.
because for her, if she would have gave up last season and said, you know what, I lost, I'm not coming back to the challenge ever, she would never have gotten this victory that landed
Yeah.
her in this spot. So I think this is also going to be a great confidence booster if she wins the final or not and comes back. I think she'll have even more confidence to see that. And it show like, you can be small and skinny and you can still grab a win. And being physical doesn't always mean, because to me, in that type of challenge, you have to be fast and light on your feet. You can't,
Mm-hmm.
like somebody like CT, it would be interesting to see, something like that, like someone of his stature do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was so proud of her. I was so proud of her. And I agree. Like you can't underestimate anyone. It's not always gonna be physical. You know, you're gonna have to use your brain also. And sometimes being small is going to be an advantage to you, and being big and bulky is not going to be an advantage to
Exactly.
you. Like, let's take it back to, I think it was War of the Worlds 2. Do you remember during the final where we had Paulie? Like, great competitor, love the guy, but he couldn't do it. He gassed out, and
Yep.
he just wasn't big enough to hold that thing. And he was holding it all by himself pretty much. So but he was doing great beforehand in all the other episodes. So you
Yep.
just never know. You can't underestimate people. You never know what the final is going to throw at you. And but yeah, I was super excited for Nani. Did you think she made a smart choice by picking Fessy over all the other guys that she could choose from?
Yeah, I thought that was a great move. I thought she was either going to do that or maybe take CT.
I
I
don't
thought about that too.
I don't get why everyone like CT's a
I
great
guess everyone's,
competitor.
yeah.
I don't get why they put him on a pedestal. Like I just don't understand. Like I don't know.
I guess because CT is known as like, an undefeated, person, because everybody thinks of when they see CT, the time when him and Bananas was in the ring and he had him on his back walking.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is the video that everyone plays in their head. I think that's what he stands on. And so from that in general, people are like, oh yeah, CT isn't the one to mess with. But in
Yeah.
my eyes, I also go back and I think about Jay, when Jay took him out and had him go home during
Exact
that rope
oh,
challenge. Remember the rope challenge? And they
yeah.
had to do that. And so CT ended up going home. So for me, it's just like, you can't look, anything can happen.
Hmm.
But I don't think Anissa should be really butthurt on it because, I mean, you saw it coming. That's why
She
she
was
told. That's why she told Nani, like, please don't stab me in the back. Like, please don't.
like you can't be mad at that, man. Like you cannot be mad at that. And like you said, Anissa saw that coming. Fessy is physically the strongest person, and Nani wants to win. I can't even remember the last time Nani was in a final, and I want to see Nani in a final just as bad as I want to see Anissa in a final. And you know what's interesting? I feel like this season is the comeback season for many vets who have not seen a final in a while. You know,
Yeah.
we have Nani, we have Anissa. Who else? Who else? Who else? Corey hasn't been. Was Corey in the last season's final? I can't remember. But
No. No.
yeah. So I really want to see Big T make it in a final.
I'm just
But
confused on what's gonna happen next because wasn't this the last goal for the girls?
well, okay. I saw when they aired the super trailer a couple episodes ago, and I saw Big T in an elimination. So I don't know how that's gonna work, or maybe I was just seeing things, but I could have swore I saw Big T in elimination because she was wearing a helmet, but it could have just been a challenge. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am interested in seeing how that works. Are they gonna do another breach where like two people are gonna be sent home? I don't know. I just want Big T to win. I want her to prove everyone wrong, and I want to see her in that final so bad.
Yeah. Because
And then
I don't know if they're gonna say like, okay, Big T, or Benny, what if they do like Big T? This is your okay. So at this point, um, all the skulls are taken. I don't think they're just gonna say go home. Because she didn't have a partner
yeah,
and it wasn't
because
her fault.
They didn't do that last season either.
And it was
I
her. It's not her fault. Like her partner literally had to leave.
hmm
So I'm thinking they'll probably do something where she can choose who she wants to go against to take their skull, to steal their skull.
How epic would that be? How freaking epic! Who do you okay? If they did that, who do you think she would pick?
I think she's gonna either go for Amber because she's gonna think that she could beat her. But then I don't know why you would want to do that because Amber gonna show out like she did last time.
That's not a smart move. I don't. Yeah, I hope
She
if
plays
that
rugby.
happens.
She plays
hmm
rugby. Um, so either I see her taking on Am or Nani.
Yeah, I think Amber B would not be a smart move for Big T. I think Nani would be the smartest move to
Yeah.
go against, and that would be so hard for me because I want to see both of them make it to the final. So I'm very interested in seeing who Big T would go against. Um, honestly,
What?
even maybe Anissa. I don't know.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you never know. You never know. Speaking of Anissa, so she doesn't go with Corey, which is understandable. She goes with Kyle. What did you think about Anissa and Kyle? Their pairing. Do you think they're gonna work well together?
I think I think maybe. The only reason why I say that is because he's already doing the same thing that CT was doing, but more on a mild level. Like you're already counting Anissa out. You're already
Yeah.
counting her out, saying, "Oh, I don't want her as a partner" and stuff like that. Stop that! I promise you that's how. Remember when Cam and Kaylee were together? And they got so far. Kaylee
Yeah,
said
yeah,
this day
yeah.
they got so far, and Cam was pouring in positivity to her, and they ended
hmm
up winning. If you do that, you will win. You will that because they lack confidence because they know they're not the most athletic. But if he takes on the role of okay, let's run in the morning. I don't even think he runs.
Right.
So, but like, is more encouraging to her. I think it'll work.
I agree. I agree. And then we have Corey and Big T. And I'm just worried for Big T because literally every single girl that's been with Corey has gone home, whether they were disqualified or they were eliminated from an elimination. Like,
Every single one.
and it was so funny. Big T was like, "So do I need to like do like some voodoo or something, or so I could like stay in this house?" It was
I
hilarious.
know, because I'm just like, oh my God, Gabby. Like, Gabby ended up going home, and that's when I was like, oh yeah, this is this. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of Gab, I was really impressed with Gabby's performance, even though she
this
was
is
sent
gonna be
home.
it.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But that was the that review of the challenge. Did you have any final thoughts of this episode?
Um, that I'm rooting for my key players. You know, I'm rooting for Camp, Leroy, Big T, Darrell, Amber.
Corey.
I'm rooting Corey. I'm rooting for all of you guys because I know it's possible for one of them to win. And
Yes.
yeah, hopefully one day I want us to be on the challenge.
Oh yeah.
That's something I want to do in my lifetime.
We'll team up. We'll take everyone down.
Okay? Or we'll just have a secret alliance.
Exactly, exactly. I'm here for it. We're putting it out into existence. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in once again to watch Challenge Reality News, our review on episode 13 of the challenge. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can get all the latest details of everything that I upload on this channel. But until next time, I will see you guys next week. See you guys later.
Yes. See you guys. Bye.